got a good one for y'all today. Today we're gonna be cooking some jambalaya. I'm going back to my roots in New Orleans, Louisiana. First we're gonna start off with our cast iron skillet. We're gonna cook up some smoked sausage. And we want to get these nice and caramelized and get them started on this jambalaya dish. We're going to do these in 2 batches. The jambalaya is better when you get that caramelization on the smoked sausage, as you can see here. So we're going to take a minute, get those cooked up, ready to go. And then it's going to be on to some of our next ingredients with this jambalaya. Next we're going to come in here with these chicken thighs. And we want to get these nice and caramelized as well. Get a good color on them. We'll add some additional ingredients in with the chicken thighs so they can cook together and get that chicken flavor cooking down together with it. I'm also going to add in a little bit of Cajun seasoning on top of this, and that's also going to give it some extra flavor. And that's exactly what we want, and that's the way it's supposed to look. Chicken has come in and it's starting to get that color that we want. It's time for the Holy Trinity. We got some diced white onions. Next we're going to come in with some red and green bell peppers, followed by some celery. And we're going to let these flavors come together and marinate together as well. I want to make sure I add some garlic. Everything is better with garlic, so I like a lot of garlic. So you're going to see a whole lot of garlic in this one. We'll mix this all up as well. Let those flavors come together. And get this jambalaya exactly where we want it. This is the base of a good jambalaya, so we got to keep this cooking and let these the seasonings come together and the flavor cook down as best as possible. Next we're going to add in some sherry cooking wine. And I like to add a little bit of sherry because I think it adds kind of a background flavor to the jambalaya that used to putting in their seasoning. But down in New Orleans we put a lot of sherry in some of our cooking and it adds some additional flavor. So we're going to let this cook down. I'll add the smoked sausage back into the jambalaya and I'll follow that up with a few more ingredients here in a second. Following the smoked sausage, I'm going to add some diced tomatoes. And this is also a foundational piece of the jambalaya. It's going to add some additional background flavor. It's going to give it some richness with the diced tomatoes. So we're just going to let this cook down and bring everything all together. Now that the jambalaya is coming together, we're going to add in our liquids. So we got some chicken broth, and we're going to follow that up with one of my favorite ingredients. I call it that "What's That Here" sauce. Just enjoy the slow-mo as I pour that in there. Just bear with me, y'all. I had to do it. Next, we got our Louisiana hot sauce. It's really my favorite hot sauce. I know some people down south, they like their crystals, but I'm a big fan of Louisiana hot sauce. So, the star ingredient of the jambalaya is the most important one, and I have rinsed my rice several times. I'll let it soak so that way it's not too starchy. And it's the white long grain rice. We're gonna let this cook up. I'm gonna cover it here in a minute as we get all of these ingredients incorporated together and finish up the jambalaya with a few more ingredients to get this to the end. seasoning. We got our salt, pepper, some paprika, bay leaf, and Cajun seasoning that we're gonna add into the jambalaya. We're gonna follow that up here in a second with some peeled and deveined shrimp. I added some Cajun seasoning to that and let that marinate for a while so that way the shrimp was able to get some of that flavor. And we're gonna let them cook into that sauce and get some of that flavor. We don't wanna let the shrimp cook too long because we don't want them to get rubbery. We want to keep them nice and tender. Now it's time to cover the jambalaya. Everything is all in the pot. So all of the good stuff is in there. We'll cover this, turn the fire down, and let this come up to, let that rice fluff up. And when we open it up, jambalaya will be done. TV magic at its finest. Look at that. I'm gonna add in some chives just to finish it off. Mix that in. And then after that, I'm gonna serve myself up a bowl. Put a little bit of fresh parsley for garnish. And I wanna thank everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. YouTube is new for me and I'm enjoying every minute of it. But there it is, the Armstrong family jambalaya. Thanks for joining us at our table. Have a good one.